yeah, so Tom Macdonald is releasing a new song Friday the 4th of November, but I haven't listened to his song he released about 2 weeks ago called Sheeple. I can only imagine what I'm kind of guessing from the title. I can tell what it's going to be about, but I just thought I'd like listen to it with you for the first time, break down the lyrics. Just gonna turn my notifications off. I love Tom Macdonald. I think he's brilliant. So let's start. Play.
Humans been controlled since the day that they were civilized. The truth has been so heavily politicized. If you don't know who's controlling you and killing all the little guys, find out who you're not allowed to criticize.
I also love David Icke and Jim Mars and Jordan Maxwell. Got tons of their books. Been researching all their research for like 10 years. And what he's just said there, to find out who's controlling you, find out that you're not allowed to criticise. And that is something that David Icke has been writing about for 30 odd years. And it is so true. You certainly in the West, for example, where we're meant to have freedom, certain freedoms, there are certain people that you can talk about and criticise all day long. But as soon as you start mentioning certain names, you'll soon find out. Love it.
Humans been controlled since the day that they were civilized. The truth has been so heavily politicized. If you don't know who's controlling you and killing all the little guys, find out who you're not allowed to criticize. Black folks who were never ever actual slaves, fighting with white folks who ain't actual Nazis, controlled by rich folks who...
Black folks who were never slaves, fighting with white people who were never Nazis. It's sad. It really is sad. Yeah.
Use the news to make hate, while elite folks control all the political parties. It's a big lie, trying to make you pick sides, trying to make you burn the cities down and kill each other. They got sick minds, big lies, deep on the police so that there's big crime to take away our free.
I'm not a fan of the police, but I've got to say the whole defund the police is the most stupidest thing I've ever heard of. When has defunding anything made it better? John Lennon used to say, police are a necessary evil. And he's so right.
To restore order they let die, play with people, turn men into women, make the counterculture mainstream to mix up the system, change the pronouns. If gender is a spectrum, so is privilege. I know poor white folks and black celebrities with millions. They starve you with a lack of information and only give you facts through a branded corporation. Distort.
This man, love the video. I love the way it looks like he's being flaming brainwashed. But what he's just said there, they're starving you for information, and the information that you get is controlled by the corporations. Facts.
Your worldview with an algorithm that changes based on propaganda curated for your engagement. We can't be free, can't have no peace till we're on the same team, but y'all are sheep. Look at screens, just part of the machine. Y'all are sheep.
Sheep, part of the machine. Facts. You know, people do get their worldview from an algorithm that's based on propaganda, based on lies, based on false information to control you. I always say to people, put social media down, go to the library, go and do research, go and read books, because you're not being told the truth. You won't believe me.
What You say lit, fleek, bet, cap, they tryna dumb you down. They endorse whatever narrative is popular to shout, and use minorities in movies for diversity clout. Two sides on the spectrum, but ain't none of them honest. Took the red pill and the blue pill, spit them both in the garbage. Being woke, you...
Do you know all this? Like, back in the day when the Matrix came out, right? The whole concept of red pill, blue pill was like brilliant. People latched on. What it's become today is just insane rubbish. The whole woke stuff is insane. People who say, oh yeah, I'm dead woke. I'm like, no, you're not. You're a zombie. You're a sheep. Because anyone who is enlightened would never call themselves woke. Jordan Maxwell, I think it might have been about 2017, 16 maybe. He was on a radio show, and I'll never forget it, because it's just burnt into my mind, because my mind went, mini explosion. Because we kept getting all this in the alternative media, we kept getting all this information that, oh, there's the great awakening, people are starting to wake up and everyone's starting to see the truth. And Jordan Maxwell, amazing man, so heartbroken when he died. I owe him a lot to the way I see life. And he said something so profound to the radio host. He was like, well, you know, people in prison, they wake up every day. Every day, every morning, they wake up. They're still in prison. And I, like, mini explosion in my head. It's so true. And what? You're awakened to the truth. And what? What can you do against, I mean, COVID is the pinnacle example. What can you do when the state issues martial law? Won't let you out of the house? Won't let you go to a loved one's funeral? Absolute control. Yeah, you're awakened and you know all the shit that's going on, but what can you do? Well, you know, yes, you can see what's going on, you can see the truth, but and what? You're still in prison, in their prison that they have made.
To mean you understood you're a target, and now it's having two good legs and never taking a step forward. If you agree it's free speech, disagree it's hate speech. Erase it if it came from anywhere except the mainstream. Trump supporters labeled as the racist, but that can't be. Lincoln was Republican, and that's who ended slavery. Science been politicized, it's easy to see. A mask became a symbol of...
Science is being politicized, it's clear to see. Some woman who works at the World Economic Forum, the WEF, which are just fucking insane psychopaths in my personal opinion. Anyway, she gave this interview, right, saying that we own all the science. When you go to Google or any search engine, we control what information is there. So every time you Google, what are the side effects of the vaccine? What's COVID? What's the research on COVID? They own the science. They own what you see. And anyone who goes against that and says, hang on, there's this research, there's this scientist who's done this research and this shows that. Oh, it's not mainstream, so it can't be true. Exactly what he's saying.
You believe, but you'll never cure a sickness till you cure the greed, because the problem with our natural immunity is it's free. Society is broken, want you locked inside a cubicle.
Did you say that?
Of which side you believe, but you'll never cure a sickness till you cure the greed, because the problem with our natural immunity is it's free. Society is...
Mate, he is spitting facts. You'll never cure the sickness or the disease until you cure the greed, because our natural immunity is free.
Broken, and want you locked inside a cubicle. Addicted to pornography, liquor, and pharmaceuticals. Tell you that you're fat and poor and you were never beautiful. Then tweet how much they love you when they hear about your funeral. We can't be free, can't have no peace till we're on the same team. But y'all are sheep, glued to screens, just part of the machine. Y'all are sheeple. What do y'all believe? My sheeple. Nothing's what it seems. If they can't convince you, they confuse you. They want you dumb and dead. They divided you by race, religion, income, and sex. Made everybody right and left. The hatred got so intense. If the other side likes oxygen, you'll put a bag on your head. And the conspiracy theories they...
They've divided us that much between left and right that if the other side says they like oxygen, the other side will put a bag on their head. It's so insane, but it's so true. It's the same in America's, sorry, in English politics at the moment. Doesn't matter what they'd say, you know, let's give everyone a baby kitten in the world. In England, everyone should have a baby kitten. Labour would turn around and say, no, let's kill all the kittens. No one should be allowed kittens. Because they're that insane.
This misinformation is just a terrifying truth that scares the hell out the nation. The system treating you like trash and you got rifles to aim with. Just imagine how they'll treat you when your guns get confiscated. George Orwell, 1984 was his last lecture. George called them thought police, now we call them fact checkers. Government surveillance trying to catch you, they don't ask questions. Mass incarceration equals capital for cash investors. The system isn't broke, it's working fine. Oppressive and chaotic is how it was designed. They say,
like I said, big fan of Jordan Maxwell, David Icke, Jim Morris. They've always said that, because people are always saying, oh, the system's broke, the system's broke. It was designed this way. Everything that's happening now has been designed. This is how it's meant to be. This is how they want it. They want us divided, full of hate for the other side, going on about fucking pronouns while they're destroying the world, literally.
we ain't doing nothing wrong, there's nothing to hide. While their agenda and intelligence completely classified. They don't teach you rights in school, you never learn them at all. Cause they're easy to remove if you don't know what they are. The only people you can rule are the criminal ones. So they force you into corners till you're breaking the law. We can't be free, can't have no peace till we're on the same team. But y'all are sheep, glued to screens, just part of the machine. Y'all are sheep. What do y'all believe? My sheep. Nothing's what it seems.
I love the chorus and I love the contrast between, you've got the scene where he's got his black contacts in, but he's surrounded by all these flaming robot people who are just fucking exactly the same, all doing exactly the same thing. And then you've got the scene where he's got the white contacts in and like he's like got stuff on his brain, like round his head, as if he's being brainwashed. Then you've got the other scene where he's like more free. Oh, actually there's 4 scenes. There's one where he's in like the warehouse and he's like talking straight facts, and then you've got the other one where he looks like he's on top of the building and like there's like a fake eye in the sky watching everything. This video is just spot on. I love it. But what you'd expect from Nova and Tom. What was that?
Nothing's what it seems.
Another brilliant song by him. I can't wait for Friday's song. But yeah, everything he said in that is just absolutely what is going on. the division today is insane. I mean, I get it. I mean, don't get me wrong. In America it's called soccer, but in the UK it's called football. And I'm a big football fan. And in Liverpool we've got two teams. We've got Everton and Liverpool, and our rivals have always really been Man United. But there's always been banter and rivalry. That is fine, that's completely normal. But at the moment, the absolute pure hatred for the other is insane. It's like George Orwell could not have written what is happening today, from being a football supporter to, you know, being a woman. You're meant to be, if you're a woman, you're meant to hate men. If, you know, trans women are meant to hate real women, and it's like, oh my god, just stop. Meanwhile, you've got the head, or I'll have to look up a name, who she was, at the World Economic Forum. You've literally got her saying, we own the science. And meanwhile, young people in particular, are going off. All they're talking about is pronouns and misgendering and shit. And it's like, get off TikTok, get off Instagram, get off it all. And without sounding cliche, after what I've just said and what Tom's just said, wake the fuck up. It's all done. We're all being distracted all the time. Some people like me, if the government tell me, oh, look over there, I'm like, don't think so, I'm gonna look over there. Because, you know, I know how these people work. And I love Tom. He does it. I mean, I love Samson. And someone commented actually the other day saying about how they loved Tom, absolutely love him, but for him, Samson's more straight to the point. And he is. Samson's just like, this is wrong, all of it. You know, if you don't think this, well, fuck you. Where Tom is more, what's the word? He's a bit more concealed in what he's saying. He says a lot, and you need to break down what he's saying, because in each flaming lyric, in each sentence, there's like, you know, he's talking about a load of shit. Not shit, just stuff. Like, he talks about George Orwell. I hope people hear that and think, oh, 1984, George Orwell. Go and read the book. It's as if the world elite right now have read George Orwell's 1984 and thought, ooh, that looks like a good society, let's do it. Anyway, another great video from Nova. Great song by Tom, great delivery. Like I said, the 4 different scenes are just spot on. The way he'll go into like the chorus in one bit, and just spot on. I love him. And I'll be doing another video on Tom on Friday for his new song. So take care, and I'll see you in my next one. Ta-da.